What's going on there, Rams? I am Stratton. Happy Valentine's Day. And you know what the best thing to do on Valentine's Day is? Talk about sports. Let's get rolling right into it. On Tuesday, the Rams took on the San Diego State University, who is fourth in the Mountain West Conference. Right here we have Nico Carvacho going in a hook shot, looking a lot like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which he's actually a finalist for the center of the year. And we also have J.D. Page shooting a three right there. J.D. Page is always a highlight for the Rams, as well as Nico Carvacho. And the emergence of Chris Martin has been nice this year as well. He shot a three there. He wasn't too great on the night, but that is one of the shots he did make. And of course, we have J.D. Page shooting another three in there. And if you see all those great colors in there, that's because of the CSU's 90s night. Moby Arena was pretty excited for this game, but sadly, they had a great play right there with Adam Thistlewood getting that swat in there, but they ended up getting silenced the crowd. They had San Diego State Aztecs had a barrage of three-pointers back and forth, and they're able to not only score from the three-point line, they're also be able to score from the mid-range as well. And then later on in the game, you can see them slide into the paint easily. They're able to slash in left and right, and the Rams, especially when Nico Carvacho was pulled out of the paint, they were able to score easily. And J.D. Page also, though, he would never give up. He was always scoring on the inside like he normally does. And then we also have Nico Carvacho, one of the weirder plays of the year. As you can see right there, it's kind of hard to see, but he kind of tossed it while almost falling over, showing why he should be the center of the year. And right here, the bounces around, but San Diego State gets that nice posterizer there to silence the crowd yet again. And then they had another three. Like I said earlier, that barrage of three was killer for the Rams. And over here, we have one more bobbling of the ball, and CSU was able to keep on going and get a fast break score, but they were not able to close out that game. And the final score from that game was 70-61. Now, this wasn't the prettiest game for the Rams, but Nico Carvacho set a new CSU record for career rebounds with 851 rebounds. Even with Carvacho's many successes, the Rams are still struggling to win games, and Carvacho is the only Ram above 6'10", and three of SDSU players were above that mark. The Rams shot an abysmal 27% from the arc, handing the Rams another loss on this 90s night theme in Moby Arena. The Rams now have an 8-day break until their next game, where they will be facing San Jose State, who is winless in conference play, with only 3 total wins on the season. This is a must-win game for the Rams to keep their season alive. And the next game will be against next Wednesday in San Jose, but they also found a familiar fate, though. They found a familiar fate against San Diego State yesterday. They end up losing that game. They end up losing by a lot as well. They were very similar to the men's basketball team. They have a little technical difficulties going on right now, but I'll talk a little bit about the game. The women's basketball team got stuck in the middle of the game. They weren't able to keep on converting later on. And this was Grace Calavalo's first game back from her injury, and her debut was soured by the absence of Tatum Newbert, who is now out due to injury. Even though Calavalo was the point guard for the game, she also led the team with assists and rebounds. It was incredibly helpful having her back for the Rams, especially with her leadership. Lordeva also led the team with 13 points, which was the 13th game, coincidentally, that she had led the Rams when scoring this year. The game was completely back and forth until the Aztecs pulled off a 10-0 run in the third quarter, following by a strong quarter in the fourth quarter the Rams could not come back from. This leaves the Rams with their 15th loss on the season. Their next game will be against their worst in the conference, San Jose State. This game needs to be won to turn around the Rams this season. The game will play at next home Moby Arena on Tuesday. On Tuesday, the CSU soccer team followed up with their annual announcement of their 6 soccer camps this spring. 5 out of 6 of the games are where they host high school players and possible transfers to see if they got what it takes to be on the team. The camps open up on Tuesday, with the closest one being on May 4th and the 5th. Perhaps the most fun one will be the Mini Rams camp. It's open to kindergarten through 6th grade players, and currently CSU players will be able to help coach them into great players. Each camp will be highlighted by trainings, games, and constant competition. We'll have to see if these camps lead to any other future Rams. Well, now we got the 1-minute challenge where yours truly tries to fit in as much sport news as possible in less than a minute. So let's get that timer rolling. The Denver Broncos have traded a 4th rounder for Joe Flacco to replace Case Keenum, while Demaryius Thomas will need to find a new home as well as after being cut from the Texans after 7 games. And Kareem Hunt was also signed to the Browns. Heisman winner Kyler Murray has now fully committed to the NFL, which was with the possibility to become the first ever to be drafted in the first round of the NFL and MLB. And the NBA, Isaiah Thomas is back. Ben Simmons was dunked on again. The Nets won in triple overtime. LeBron might be missing the playoffs, and Steve Kerr was ejected last night. The NBA has been slacking, though, in views because the AAF outdueled them for more views during the weekend. In the MLB, Bryce Harper and Manny Machado still remain unsigned with no true future team in sight, and the Phillies have also extended Aaron Nola to a $45 million contract. In college basketball, Duke completed a 23-point comeback in Louisville, and Penn State upset Michigan by 6. And LSU also upset Kentucky on a controversial no-call in the basket interference, and Tennessee is looking to kick Kentucky while they're down, which will be their 20th straight win, keeping them in first place over the Blue Devils. Ooh, and 0.61 seconds left. I think that's a new record. Well, that's all the sports I have for today, but make sure to check collegian.com and CTV 11 on YouTube for the latest in CSU athletics. I'm Jared Stratton, but stick around because Lauren Arcutt has you covered if you forgot what day it is.